Hi, Zev.
Hi, Mika.
So I would like to start with my overflown excitement about all of those messages, hundreds of messages and requests and questions that we've received regarding this live. Thank you so much for that. It really filled me with love because the purpose is to bring on this information or the gift that we perceive that we have in order to support whoever we can support regarding this subject, specifically doubt, but in general, anything that is related to relationships. So as I said, we were flooded with the amount of questions and requests that we've received, and we would love to answer all of them, yet we can, because we are limited in time today. So we will answer as much as we can, but later on we will do more lives and more videos regarding these questions that you've asked, and we will add them to the WhatsApp, the silent WhatsApp group, and of course more Facebook lives.
Yes, we had so much fun rehearsing to this to make sure the setup works and to see that the microphone works. And we just started talking, and suddenly we realized that this is a beautiful practice for us to actually talk, to just have this conversation. I just want to add to what Mika said about the Facebook Live, about the questions in the WhatsApp group. We opened the WhatsApp group, which is silent, for anybody who wants to get more offerings, and we're actually going to answer we're going to answer questions and post them there. So we won't bombard the comments and the post on Facebook. So if you feel like hearing more and you want to get your answers met, then you're welcome to just join the group. You can just say, send me a link group or me, and we'll probably add it to one of the comments. So you're welcome, and I hope to see you there. So we have more connection. Yeah.
All right. So I would like to refer to your post,
Yes.
my darling Ziv, that you wrote about doubt.
Yes.
Which I found really interesting because having this conversation in general, you referred to it because you had a beautiful conversation with your mom,
right,
actually, about doubt.
Yes.
And you've offered a very interesting perspective about doubt that I would be interested to hear more about. So would you like to share
anything specific that you would like to hear, my love?
Yeah, anything specific. The specifics that I'm interested in is about offering a different perspective over doubt.
Yes.
Right? So you wrote that doubt is as a stop, as a wall.
Yes.
Right? That stands in front of us when we are confronting anything.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's that thing that we're about to do it, and then we stop. And we're stopping usually because there is doubt. We're like hitting a glass wall. Like we're hitting something that suddenly paralyzes us. It puts us into, we're not in fight response, we're not in flight response, we just freeze. We're like, oh no, I can't do it. This is not for me. And we usually, how I usually perceive it and the way I work with it is just by seeing it, is that there is a fear there. There is a fear of the consequence. There is a fear because I don't know what will happen. If I go and do this, this is out of my comfort zone. This is something either I've never done before, so I don't know if it will be, the consequence will be something I want, or I've done something similar to that before and I got hurt. And the thing about pain, I also said it in the post, it's a teacher. But when it's in the body, the pain is marked, it's embedded in us in a very strong way. I mean, most of us can probably remember more times that we got hurt than times that we were elated and we had pleasure. I remember one time I had this very clear understanding when I received a lot of pleasure and I was like, I couldn't remember the details. I was, what just happened there? But I'm sure that if I would get the same amount of pain, I would be I would remember a lot. Like the parts I won't disassociate, I would remember. So whenever we are reaching someplace, an action or a situation where we want to do it, and we already done it before, but we had pain, there's a doubt saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe not again. And the thing is that we're stopping not because of, well, not because of facts, because of a past memory. But things can change. You are different. I am different right now. So the way I will do it and the surrounding might be different.
Hearing you saying these things, Ziv, what I'm thinking about, or what did I see from what you're saying, is that doubt is coming at a top wall when we are moving forward. So this movement forward is being braked by this wall of doubt, where you're saying is being based on past experience or the fear of the future. Meaning that basically the way that I see it is that doubt is arriving at the present moment, not in the past and not in the future, in order to confront us right now to look towards where are we aiming.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So what I like a lot about your perspective, and this is something that I'm really relating to, is to look at it with different eyes. As you said in the post that you referred to, there must be an outcome, and the fear is breaking us when we fear an outcome that is not good. But I would like us to look at it, we're back on,
Yes, yes.
and not as what doubt is came here to stop me from
Yes.
the movement forward,
Yes.
but what did doubt came here to ask me to observe,
Right.
to ask me to pay attention to.
Right.
Because many of the times we're moving forward from and out of past experiences.
Yes.
And we are not present, we're not conscious of that movement. And then these are exactly the places where the outcome that we're receiving, because we're moving unconsciously from these small children or past experiences or past traumas, we're moving towards an outcome that we probably don't want to have, which is basically repeating those same patterns that have created those pain experiences in the past again and again and again and again. And this is what I would like to approach towards doubt, that it's a stop mark that is saying, hey, 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 hold your horses, you're shouting, you're running forward, galloping, you're galloping forward, but take a moment to breathe and to see where are you actually moving towards. Not for the sake of minimizing myself or making myself small or ask myself to stop and go back to my comfort zone, but for the sake of anchoring who that I am right now in this moment,
Yes.
that is wanting to move forward. So basically doubt is questioning.
Yes.
Where something that Osho is saying that I really like is he's saying that the highest level of evolution before we arrive at self-realization is the seeker, where the seeker is the one who's asking questions. If I don't ask questions, if I don't ask who am I, if I don't ask why do I do what did I do right now, if I don't ask what is the intention, where am I aiming with that movement forward, then I'm unconscious running on automatic pilot, where
Yes.
I'm going to create exactly the same outcomes that I've created in the past, where there is no space for actually new outcomes, new stories, where there are actually infinite possibilities of outcomes that I am not allowing because doubt is not coming, because I don't stop to take a moment to look, to observe.
Yes. What I really enjoy in what you're saying about this is that we're actually saying that doubt is not bad. Because the immediate response is, and this is something I had with my mother, she said, she actually started by saying that doubt is good, but she meant it in a way of like, and I wrote this also, this is a quote from her, and she allowed me to say, life is unexpected, so, bad things are going to happen, or we don't know what's going to happen, but it was in a negative connotation. And I suggested her to say, well, maybe life, we don't know what's going to happen, but everything is possible. Maybe something good will happen. Maybe something different will happen. And how you're saying is that it's good, it's beneficial, is because it brings awareness. Like this doubt, when we don't act upon it, That's the thing, because doubt will always create the same situations. We will never break through the glass ceiling. We will never move forward. We'll never change the outcome because we're not going to do anything different. We're just going to go back into our comfort zone and say, oh, this is too much, or this will be too painful, or this will be too embarrassing. I'm too shy. I don't have enough. I don't love myself enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough skill. I don't have enough whatever. And we're never going to have that enough because we never actually made a leap forward saying, I want it. And doubt, the way you're describing as the seeker, is that doubt that comes and say, wait, maybe something can be different. Now, do you want it? Are you willing to make a leap of faith and get it? And perhaps you'll fall, but you can get up and do it again. And that's really huge, to be able to get up and do it again. And the most beautiful part about it, that doubt brings excitement. We can look at doubt instead of fear. We can just perceive it and change the interpretation to excitement. Something new is going to happen. It's like there's no doubt when you go into your car, your Honda or something, and you're driving around. There's no doubt. You're just on autopilot. And then I tell you to drive to the same place, but I give you a brand new Lamborghini. There's going to be doubt suddenly. Can I master this machine? Like it doesn't even have ABS. What will happen when I really press the pedal of the gas? There's doubt, but there's excitement there. There is something new. So again, going back and forth, we have to pay attention and not overriding the doubt and this is where doubting becomes questioning, becomes critical. It's just critical thinking. Because some things there is doubt. I mean, some things if you repeat the same action and you repeat it and you expect a different outcome, then you might be crazy. Like fire will still burn you. It doesn't matter how much time you're going to touch it. And then again, we have people who are walking on coals that have managed to somehow create inside of them the disposition to walk on coals and not get burned. So everything is possible once you have the right mindset, the right understanding into what you're going through.
I really like what you're saying, because the way that I'm looking at it is that there are polarities, right? We have doubt, and what is the opposite of doubt? The polarity of doubt is faith.
Right.
So if we're approaching, it's something that I like to say, if we are within polarity, it's either good or bad, and this is where we are in a place of choice. Where is doubt good is that place where it's a critic, actually.
Yes.
It's coming here to question to where are we aiming, where are we moving, which is creating a space of safety, of confidence in us, where from that faith, this is the leaping point, we're shifting into faith, where we have faith. Yeah, we're moving from seeking, from asking these questions to anchor ourselves in that place of why do we do what did we do right now, which is creating this arrival at me, basically. I'm arriving at centeredness. I'm arriving back at connection. And when I'm arriving back at connection, because I've questioned, I've asked those questions that were so important to understand or to see in order for me to create this inner safety, I can arrive back at a place of faith where I can surrender to whatever is the unknown that is going to come through. Whatever those stories, these infinite possibilities of outcome, of new realities that I would actually want to happen, right? Where in that faith lies the potential of everything that is manifesting, where this is an abundant state of mind.
Yes. So I just want to recap because we said a lot of things.
Yeah.
Doubt is in its bad form, it's stopping you. In its good form, it's here to show us that there's an excitement, that there is something happening that can be the pivot, can be the change of what's going to happen. Instead of fear, there's excitement. Oh, whoa, I'm going to learn a new skill. Oh, I'm going to change my karma. I'm going to change my pattern. I might be challenged here in a way that I haven't been challenged before. And we can also say that when there is doubt, we should bring attention because maybe we're repeating the same mistake again. Like let's take it to relationships. Let's say I'm attracted to a woman and I'm attracted to a kind of a woman, the same woman, and I get the same results. And now I meet this woman again and I wanna engage, like I wanna start something, but then there is doubt. So someone might mistakenly say, wait, Ziv said that there's excitement, you should go for it because something might change. But perhaps the doubt is there to bring us awareness into, wait, you're repeating the mistake again. Again, if that woman would be a different kind, then I might say, wait, maybe this is not my type. I don't think she's good for me because she's always talking about boundaries or something. I'm very doubtful about this path. And this is where you should be looking because maybe this doubt is here to tell you, hey, there's something new here, which is good, which brings me to motivation. Which what really matters is what's your motivation to do something. I mean, you can be daring and toss away, discard doubt and just hurt yourself. Or you could actually just say, I want evolution and I'm going to do something that I never did before. Or I'm going to do something that I've done it before with someone that is not right for me. And now I'm going to do it with someone who is right. But there is this pain in the back saying, wait, we're going to get hurt again. So doubt is a beautiful marker. It's a pointer into the way you said it, where you are right now. We shouldn't judge it as good or bad. We shouldn't judge it as something that's stopping us or something that is creating momentum. It's there to tell us, look, I would love to say it, can you love yourself right now? Can you choose to love yourself? And knowing inside that we always know the answer, right? It's like, should I do it or should I not do it? Have I done the same thing with the same kind of people 100 times? Or is this something I've never done before? Or I'm going to do this now with a different kind of a person? Whether if that person is me or externally, because we change.
Exactly. And it's like, I would like to refer to it as a mirror, right? Where it's not a stopping brick, maybe, but more as a mirror reflecting where I'm at right now. It's as if it's bringing consciousness to the place that I'm at right now, where I can see, this is something that you've said, I can see infinite mirrors at the background, right? Of all of these past experiences that brought exactly the same outcome again and again and again and again. And now I'm standing, suddenly stopping actually, and having the ability to choose. And this is what I see that doubt is doing. If we're looking at it as that, as questioning, as the seeker, it gives me space to see, hey, there's evolution here. I'm autopiloting again and again in the same place, in the same situation. This would be my pattern. That would be my go-to. That would be my default on how I'm going to react or respond to this kind of situation. But if I'm stopping, questioning, seeing what is actually aligned right now, why am I stopping right now? Why did doubt came? The doubt came to teach me something. It's a teacher. There's a gift in that doubt. It's not coming here to punish me or to tell me how bad I am or how stupid I am by repeating that pattern again and again. It's not here to tell me to be cruel towards me, that reality is spanking my face with the same kind of relationship or with the same kind of woman or the same kind of men. No, it's here to remind me, hey, pay attention, stop, hold your horses, you're running. Where and what are you running from? Where are you running to? Stop. So, what are you actually going forward? What do you actually want right now? What is important right now for your evolution? What is going to be the step in order to evolve right now? Which is taking me now a little bit into a deeper layer where we're talking really highly. Okay? We're talking delivery of the mind. It's really good and important and psychoeducating. But at the same place, we're human beings. There is the personal experience of pain. We're basically confronted when doubt is coming. And doubt is coming. I'm going to give my own example from this morning.
I was just about to say it. Nice.
Great minds.
I was just about to say it, yes.
So I had a session with my therapist this morning, and I told him, this is hilarious. I have a live about doubt, and I have doubts. So let's address my doubt now. And what this doubt came to tell me this morning? On the mental level, on the divine level, on the higher spirit level, yeah, I have all of these answers and logic, and I know all of this information, right? But on a personal level, there's a pain of failure.
Yes.
Where I've done these things before, and they were amazing. But there was this moment when I was 12-year-old that was really, really, really painful when I put myself in front of an audience, where I've been judged. I've been criticized for putting myself out there, for, how did I like to say, for sitting in my throne and being the greatest queen that I am, where I was singing, and I really liked singing, and I received judgment over the way that I'm singing. And that created a big pain. And then I realized, and imagine I'm doing these lives and I'm doing these workshops and courses in front of people again and again and again and again. And that 12-year-old child is coming before every time that I'm doing that, throwing me into the toilet or giving me a pain in my abdomen or saying, can you do that? Will they love you? Will they like what you're saying? Doubts. I took a moment to stop and to see what is that doubt asking me for, because I know that it's there to give me a gift. Yeah, this is the approach, this is the intention. So it allowed me to see the personal, where that 12-year-old really needed validation, really needed confirmation that she is good.
Yes.
You know? She was that pain behind that doubt. And that's what doubt allowed me to see in that moment, where I've been able to heal that 12-year-old. I've been able to give her from the queen that I am, the 34-year-old, to meet her in that place of pain and to give her what did she need, what did she have lost in that moment of failure. Which was such a beautiful experience where that created so much love between me and me. And again, arriving at that place of trust. It's that place of there is faith now. I can arrive back at faith and walk into the unknown, because the unknown, after I'm giving myself what that I'm missing, what that I was lacking at 12-year-old, is now becoming a place of excitement. Now becoming a place of, wow, infinite stories, infinite outcomes that can be so beautiful, that can be so enriching, that can be so loving to others and to myself.
So you think that easy? Like I believe it. And when you came here today in the space, just after your session, I saw a whole different Mika. Like you were shiny. You were like, let's do this. You know, like I'm on. And I was like, what changed? 2 hours ago, we were having a kind of a dense conversation. And he said, I just met that little girl again. I just did the work. And it just released. I mean, it is magical in a sense. It is, and it's magical because it's simple. How magic works. Simple things.
And it's again that thing that it allows me to see, hey, dude, I'm 34 years old. I'm not that 12-year-old, you know.
Yes.
I've accomplished so much. I've been through so much. I've done so much of these things again and again and again and again. But she's still 12, and she's still frozen in time, and she still needs that. And the moment I arrive and give her that, that made me whole, right? That made her grow suddenly. She could become a tree.
Can I put you on the spotlight? I feel like asking you to maybe share a gift of like bring people into that space.
Yeah.
Like
let's do it.
Do what you did today. Well, let's do just a small recap for whoever joined us, because lovely Tamar, our partner here, told us that some people joined. So we're talking about doubt and how doubt is a stopping force, but at the same time it can be very encouraging force. And we should pay attention to the motivation behind what it is that we are about to do. Is it stopping us because we've done this so many times before and the outcome never changes? Or are we going to do something that we have also done many times before, but now we're doing it with someone else in another context, and it's going to bring different results? doubt is not good, doubt is not bad, it's not beautiful, it's not ugly, it's just a marker, it's a point, it's a finger pointing at you to say, hey, look at where you are. Do you want to do this again? Or do you want to change and do this for the first time? Are you different? Is the situation different? What can you learn? How can you learn about yourself right now? How can you become more of a seeker through your doubt? So it's not the devil and it's not an angel. It's just a marker. It's something there to tell you, pay attention. And Mika just shared that she went through a process to take care of her 12-year-old internally, like the inner child, to become to come here to the space and talk so freely and give us her gift. So would you mind? I would love to do this, like have a few minutes of meditation if you just take us through it.
Yes, please, let's do that.
And whoever, oh, and I just want to remind you, whoever wants to see the beginning, because I heard a lot of people just came in, there's the recording. We're going to share the recording in the WhatsApp group, the silent WhatsApp group. To just say you want to, just give us a comment that you want the link and we'll send you the link.
Thank you.
And now I'm going up.
I just wanted to, before you're going up, I just wanted to add one thing for the recap that you gave.
Sure. Yeah.
That I would like us to even approach it or look at it in a wider, more expanded way, that it is a stopping, it is a break.
Right.
It is asking us, it's like the hiatus, no? It's creating a gap in time, like a moment of pondering, right? It stops this forward, intense galloping where we're moving out of consciousness. So it's not good, it's not bad. It's the way that we look at it. It's the way that we are perceiving that stopping.
Yes.
Stopping is good when it allows us to do this self-inquiry and pondering, to give space what needs to get space in that moment, so we can move forward, not out of anxiety, into a place of choosing, where I like to say, where we take the power over our life back to our hands. Because now we're in a place of choice and not in a place of robot, automatic pattern and behaviors.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. So let's take a moment to close our eyes. Taking a deep breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Allowing our breath to be effortless, natural. Allowing our breath to guide us back to our body. Perceiving the way that our body responds to the in-breath. Perceiving the way that our body responds to our out-breath. Allowing our natural, effortless breath to show us the way that the body responds, to bridge us to the way that our body is right now feeling. Perceiving the way that your body is supported by the cushions, by the mat, by the chairs that you're seated in. And allow your body to rest into that support. Let go. Allow yourself to drop any contractions, any control mechanisms. Just let go. Reminding yourself that you are in control, you are in awareness. And if there is awareness, is it trustworthy? Because if there is awareness and it is trustworthy, then you are safe enough to let go. While surrendering to ourselves, allow that doubt concept, that doubt wall, that doubt reflector, a mirror, to stand in front of you. whether it's through visualization, sensation, knowing, through hearing, whatever is your way of perceiving. Perceive your own personal doubts. Allow yourself to be specific regarding which scenario, which part of you is doubt arriving. What is doubt questioning? Which kind of forward movement does doubt ask you to ponder about? Is it regarding that man that you've met in the party? Is it regarding that woman that you really want or that you broke up with? Is it regarding that job that you really want to take or not really sure if you do? Whatever that is, allow it to be asked. We're remembering that doubt here as a teacher, not as a punisher, not as an educator. It's here to support you into awareness. What is it that you're doubting? What are you afraid that would be the outcome that will happen to you if you will take that step forward? What is being triggered by this idea of taking this step? What is this past experience that you're afraid that will reoccur? Maybe it's a child, maybe it's a grown-up, maybe it's in this lifetime, maybe it's in past life. Whatever that is, allow it to arrive at the level of your awareness, of your consciousness. That first time or that time in your life that you remember the pain, where you were lacking the capacity, the tools, the understanding to handle that situation. Allow yourself to arrive at that place, at that scenario, as the adult that you are. Reminding yourself all of your counterbalance experiences while standing in front of that pain. Connecting to your inner queen and king that has grown up, that has experienced so much from that point onwards till today. Reminding yourself all of your brave moments, all of your strengths, all of these times that you were there for you, that you did take care of your own back, that you were brave, courageous, and loving towards yourself. Arriving back at center as the adult, reinforcing, remembering who you truly are right now. as a mother, as a father, as a son, as a sister, whatever strength you can connect to in an effortless way, standing in front of that pain. What does this pain need? Does it need to be held, to be hugged? Does it need validation, negotiation? Does it need explanation? Does it need a reminder of who you truly are? Whatever that pain needs, allow yourself from that space of queen, of king, to give that. Pay attention. Be conscious of what shifts from seeing the pain, from giving it what it needs, allow yourself to be patient. See if there is more, if there is more need, if there is more underneath that wants to be seen, that needs awareness right now, that needs recognition. If there is more underneath, give yourself the space to give yourself whatever is needed, whatever you need. Allow that part that was pain, that was in pain, that is shifted, that is transformed, to melt into you, to dissolve into your adult body presence. So you're merging together. So it doesn't need to stand alone anymore. It has been seen, and now it knows that you are there for you, that you've got your back. Taking 3 breaths in this place of dissolving, of melting. Take a moment now to see what doubt taught you today. In which way did doubt was your teacher? What was the gift that doubt has gave you? Embrace it with both of your hands, as doubt was your teacher for this afternoon or morning, to give you awareness, clarity, to who you were and who you are, allowing you to come back to wholeness. Take your time to slowly arrive back in your own pace, where there is no slow, where there is no fast. There is only your exactly accurate pace. And in that time, that is your individual time, allow yourself to arrive back in the space that you're seated, that you're lying. Perceiving your body in that space, the support underneath your body. Perceiving your breath as that bridge to your body. And allow yourself in your own time to gently open your eyes, not onto the computer, but onto the space, allowing yourself time to arrive in the room in this moment in time where your eyes are moving from being closed to being open, where something is shifted, something is moved inside of you. To go ahead and write down what you've been taught, what came up for you. So welcome back. Thank you for participating in this, for being courageous enough to surrender to yourself in whatever way or form you've done it, whether you went into that process or not.
Thank you, love. Maybe just thinking, I asked you to do it, and now I can't really talk.
That's good. Because
Maybe you can answer some questions.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
please, let's do that.
Well, beautiful question. How can you know where the boundary is between pain that develops me and us as a couple and the pain that puts us down and is a sign to stop the relationship? Maybe you can ask it in the microphone.
Yeah, so I will repeat your question. The question is how to differentiate between pain that is creating growth to pain that is creating the opposite of growth. So let's say regression or
The repetition of a new pain.
repetition.
Or a sign to break up. Maybe.
Or a sign to break up, let's say. Well, the way that I approach pain is, because it's a very specific word, I don't perceive pain as something bad. Pain is one of our essential parts of growth. We go through pain. We go through pain of birth. This is the first thing that we're experiencing into our life. Where, yeah, that can be a traumatic, and it is a traumatic experience, yet these are important experiences. Not to say that trauma is something amazing, but we are learning out of pain. Pain is a teacher. The same as doubt is a teacher, pain is a teacher. I think that the issue with pain is when we judge pain, or when we judge pain as unwanted or not as a teacher. Again, it's coming back to the perspective where this is creating not pain but suffering. This is the issue, as I see it, where it's creating friction, where pain, as I said, is a teacher. And pain is coming exactly as doubt to show us something, to say, hey, pay attention, because you haven't for some time. You've probably been numb for some time, and this is something that you're talking about, Liv, where there are 3 layers of experience in the physical body, where there's the first part, which is numb, the second part, which is pain, and the third, which is pleasure. Pain is a good sign because it says, hello, wake up. You've been dreaming or in automatic or in pilot behavior for some time, and you've ignored something for some length of time. Yeah. This is what happens when we're becoming depressed. Yeah. This is what happens when anxiety and panic attack is coming up. It literally say, dude, you're ignoring me for some years. It's about freaking time that you'd pay attention. So as I said, it's a teacher. It came here to show us something. What is it come here to show us? This is an individual question, but it's here to show us that we are ignoring something, that we're ignoring something that was there in a very easy, subtle way many months ago or many years ago, but we didn't want to pay attention to. Because here's the thing, we don't want to confront truth. But truth is there all the time. We are ignoring it and not unwilling to be honest with ourselves about what is authentic, about what is real. Because we all have the answers internally. We don't need them from an external Google or support or whatever, right? We just need to pay attention to what is really honest, to what is really authentic, so we can move towards where we need to move towards, where it is related to doubt. This is what doubt is doing exactly as pain. It stops us from the forward movement, automatic forward movement, into questioning why are we doing what that we're doing. Is that really aligned with me? Is that really my honest truth? Or am I moving out of fear? Am I moving out of comfort, right? If we're talking specifically about relationships, am I doing the same thing again and again, crossing my boundary again and again with this thing because I'm afraid that my partner will leave me, if I would be honest? But if I am honest and putting that boundary, actually maybe I don't even want to be with him and I'm here out of fear. I'm here out of comfort. And this is going to confront me. Stopping and looking at what doubt is saying or at what pain is saying is going to confront me. So I'm not looking at it. So pain is increasing and increasing and increasing until it becomes unbearable. So I cannot ignore it anymore. I have to confront pain. And this happens many of times, specifically with relationships, that we're ignoring truths. We're ignoring what we know that is right. We're ignoring what that we know that is important. We're ignoring what that we know that are our needs and our boundaries again and again and again and again and again and again, forcing ourselves to arrive at a place where we're just breaking breaking the tools, breaking the dishes, breaking breaking everything basically, and breaking up.
Yes.
Because
we throw the baby with the water.
We throw the baby with the water because we've tolerated again and again and again and again and again and again things that are intolerable for us, basically.
I hear you talking, and what comes up to me is an identification There's a very strong identification in the relationship when there's this time of, okay, should we work on it or should we break up? Because usually there is a conflict and we're very identified with our side of the story. Whether it's a soul incident or if it's our partner in front of us that is not willing to do the work or is not willing to change. I need this and this and that, and he's not willing to give it to me. And then I'm like, okay, if he's or she's not going to give it to me, then we should break up. There's too much pain. I'm doubtful that he will ever change. And it's always, I don't believe in breakups so much. It's very, I don't believe it in the sense that it's very normal and I understand, and I've done it myself many times, but there's something in about stopping is that we're going to meet the same problem again. If we're blind to it, if we're not paying attention to what am I identifying, what am I expecting, what am I interpreting my partner to be, and the pain will go back. So even if there is a relationship right now and that partner is not the right one for me, please pay attention to what you're identifying, where you're not doing the work yourself. Where do you put responsibilities on them because you have conditioning that this is what a partner should do, and this is how a partner should act, and this is how you should be in this situation, and this is what you should tell me when we're doing this, or and etc. 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 All kinds of stuff like that. Once we realize and you see this identification, then this is the lesson. And now, if you feel it's time to break up, okay. Many times in our clinic and in our relationship ourselves, every time we reach that point and we took responsibilities and we identified where we are identifying ourselves and our partner, we didn't want to break up anymore because there's no trigger, there's no conflict. Again, the one finger pointing out is the three fingers pointing in. It's my work. I need to change. I see that I'm projecting this behavior. I don't want you to do the same thing I'm doing to you all the time. And sometimes it's not so easy to see because there's many layers of disguise. There's many layers of variables. It changes. It looks different, but the essence sometimes is very, very different, very, very similar. So how do you know if the pain is or the doubt is there to break up or to work? Is maybe it's the same thing. Like just look at why you have pain and see what you could do if you had no ego. What would you do to do different? What would you change? What do you want them to change? And then seeing yourself, can you do it? Even though you're right, even though it happened to you, could you do it? Could you be different? And once you see that, that's pretty much the work. And the other side, whether he sees it or not, or she sees it or not, that's for them to do or not. And you can decide, okay, I don't need him to know if I want to break up or not. I know already the truth. I know what I need. I hope I'm clear. I'm still high from your meditation.
I think that you're very clear.
Yeah. Okay.
This is something that I like to talk about a lot, and especially in the relationship mastermind, where we are everyone that is external to us, everything that is external to us is here as our teacher.
Yes.
And it's never about them. And when we are referring to them and looking at them and doubting them, it's time to stop, hold your horses, again, doubt, stop it, reflect backwards towards yourself, yeah? Go inward, observe that pain. Yeah? It came here to teach you something. It came here to show you something of where you are not taking responsibilities, not regarding them, not regarding the relationship, regarding you. Where I like to say we are living, especially in relationships, and all of them, not in romantic relationships, we like to leave responsibility over our contentment, over our life, over our happiness, over our wholeness in someone else's hands. Like I have responsibility 80% and all put your hand here. I'll give you 20% of my responsibility over my life. Can you hold that for me? Where I'm constantly doing that with my mother, doing that with my father, doing that with my brother, with my friend, with my best friend. Why didn't you call me? I really wanted to have a conversation with you. Why didn't I call her then? Yeah. Right? it's these leaving those percentages of responsibilities over our life in other people's hands, which is, yeah, not nice to see. It's difficult to confront that I'm leaving parts of me all over the world in different places, in different times, in different people's hands, where all of these pieces, if I'm bringing them back to me, I can confront these realities and start taking choices over my happiness. Then I stop becoming a victim of reality, which happens a lot in relationships and in relation to relationships. Past relationships, future relationships, why I don't have relationships, why I do have relationships, the world, etc. We're moving from being a victim to being a queen.
Yes.
Or a king.
I'm starting to become time awareness. We're now 1 hour in, and so I think it's a good time to conclude. You mentioned the relationship mastermind. We're not going to talk about it in this one, but it is our program that we are offering to the world, and it's our baby. So if anybody's interested in hearing more, just drop a note and we will get back to you. There's the WhatsApp group if you want to have the recording and if you want to get more answers of the questions or meditations.
If any questions rose through the live and we were unable to answer them, then please send us more questions so we would create more videos. We would love to answer them.
Yes. And in general, comments, feedbacks, we are here to serve. We're here to give our offerings, our gifts, our knowledge, experience, our path, our inspiration to whoever is interested. And it's huge for us to give it, and we hope you are benefiting at least as much as we are. So thank you sincerely for being here. I know there was a few requests for live in Hebrew. We will try to accommodate and to also offer that.
We will accommodate.
We will accommodate, apparently, with great love and enthusiasm for the future and whatever is unfolding. I want to wish you all to be happily doubtful and continue on your journey to happiness, evolution, peace, and love. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Tamar, for helping us.
Thank you, Tamar, for supporting us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone who listened, who took part. Thank you, and thank you, Ziv.
Thank you.
Enjoy the